What's up folks, this is your host Shree Krishna Atri and today we are going to talk about attitude. So before diving deep into the topic, let me share a story with you which will give you a brief overview of what exactly we are going to talk about in this video. There was this girl named Kritha. She had put in some productive hours at work and now she decided to get a bite at a nearby coffee shop. Few minutes later, Abby walked into the same coffee shop. He sat few meters away from Kritha. They both ordered the same dish. They were served by the same waitress and the same way. They paid the same amount of bill. And this is where the similarities ended. Kritha had walked into the coffee shop with a smile on her face, a very positive outlook towards the world. She had a delightful lunch, shared a pleasant conversation with the waitress, and went back to her work with the recharged battery. Abby on the other side went into the coffee shop with a frown on his face, a very negative outlook towards the world. His body language shouted, "Stay away from me." He complained about the food, the bill, the reception, the waitress and all sorts of things. Now the question which arises is, even after being treated the same way, why do Abby and Kritha have so different experiences? Now, some of you might think, what exactly is this attitude? Some of you might relate attitude with ego, but that's the topic for another video. So, think of your attitude as a mental filter. Some of you might see the world with the filter of optimism. Some of you might see the world with the filter of pessimism. Person with a positive attitude says, "I can." Person with a negative attitude says, "I can't." Positive concentrates on solutions. Negative dwells on problems. Positive looks for possibilities. Negative looks for limitations. Positive looks for good in others. Negative finds fault in others. In a nutshell, your attitude is your window to the world. So let's take a moment and discuss why I say your attitude is your window to the world. We all start our lives with the good attitude, or should I say a clean mental window. Consider the attitude of a child who's learning to walk. When he stumbles and falls, what does he do? I'll tell you what he doesn't do. He does not frown or blames the carpet. He never points his parents and say, "Mom, Dad, you didn't taught me how to walk." No, he does not quit. He smiles, gets up again, falls again, keeps on going for weeks and weeks until he gets it right. But there comes a point when the world starts throwing dirt at our windows. Our windows get splattered by criticism from parents. "Your grades aren't good enough. You're not doing great." Smeared by rejections. "You're not good enough for this. You're not doing well." And all sorts of negative things. And our window gets clouded by self-doubt. And the problem is the dirt keeps on building up and they do nothing about the dirt. They keep on going throughout their lives with a filthy window. Due to which they lose their enthusiasm, they lose their hope, and the most tragic thing, they give up on their dreams, all because they failed to clean their windows. Now the question which arises is, how to clean our windows? It's simple. Change your attitude. Some of you might think it's because of external reason that their attitude is like that. And it's just a misconception. The only reason of who you are is you. It's your job to clean your window. Other people can encourage you a bit, but at the end of the day, nobody can do it for you. Only you can do it for yourself. Still doubting whether you have the power to change your attitude? Perhaps you might be thinking, "Shrey, it's easy for you to say that because you're not in my shoes." Granted, some really devastating things have happened to you. You might have endured a lot. You might be going through a lot. But even in the worst case scenario, I'm still content. You have the power to change your attitude. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but the fact remains, the choice is yours.